All right, what's going on, y'all? Y'all welcome to the Overlooked and Underrated podcast, man, where we debate about sports and music. First, we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl and its halftime show, right? And we gonna have Nick come on here talk about the halftime show too, because we all love his reactions and the things he has to say. It was phenomenal. So first, I want to ask you, who you think should have won MVP? Do you think the MVP was right that Cooper Cup should have won it?
Yeah, I mean, it could have. They could have had co-MVPs for him and Aaron Donald, but Cooper Cup getting it, I'm not mad at it.
No, okay, I'll say from my side, from someone who doesn't really watch football like that, and then watching it, just paying attention to what they were doing on defense, I don't understand how Aaron Donald doesn't get that, the MVP.
To be honest, I was like, whoa, Aaron Donald, especially the way the commentators was hyping him up. And then after the game, everybody's comparing Aaron Donald to Lawrence Taylor, and I'm like, whoa.
No, I mean, no, because just watching what he was doing in the game, like it's not. I mean, look, like I said, I'm not a big football guy, but I watched Lawrence Taylor highlights. I watched Aaron Donald highlights. I don't watch games like that, but from what I was seeing him do, he was legitimately, like, basically single-handedly, him and sometimes Von Miller were basically stopping the Bengals from getting any movement at all, doing anything, and it's like the same way Iggy got like Finals MVP that year. Like, right. you stop Brian, you get something.
Right.
And I feel like they stopped that. He basically single-handedly stopped the Bengals from being able to score again. And also, that shit would have been a blowout if Odell Beckham didn't blow out his fucking knee.
See, I wanted to say this. This is going to blow your mind. I low-key think that Odell Beckham should have got MVP. If you emphasize valuable, if you say most valuable player, Odell Beckham.
He got hurt in the first quarter. You don't get that.
I'm gonna tell y'all why.
But let me tell you why, though, because when he got hurt, though, like the Rams, they were having a very hard time scoring. They wasn't getting anywhere, like for the quarter and a half after he got hurt.
I understand that, but you got hurt in the first quarter. You don't get the. If they hadn't scored again, no, never mind. No.
Aaron Donald, like I said, I wouldn't be mad at him winning it. But if you go back and watch that last drive, the only person that touched the football was Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough. I understand Aaron Donald. I'm not mad about that. But going back to what Jamal said about Odell, that don't make sense to me, because you're on defense. You know Cooper Kupp gonna get the ball, and he's still getting it. Every single play he getting it, and he end up scoring. So you talking about most valuable? Yes, Odell went down, but after that it was just Cooper Kupp, and it's not like he got shut down. He still did his thing.
You're right about that. You are right about that. He was force feeding Kupp, and you can even make a case for Matthew Stafford because 3 of his best receivers went down. So, but I do agree. I mean, I'm not mad with Cooper Kupp. It's just that to me, first people I would have probably put up there would be Aaron Donald or Odell, because when Odell went down, you really see his value to the team. You know, most valuable player. Like, that's what it is. But going into the halftime show reaction, that was one of the best halftime shows I've ever seen. It's up there with the Michael Jackson halftime show, the Beyonce halftime show, Prince halftime show. Who else? What's the other one? I don't remember, but it's definitely up there. And it was when Nick said he didn't just watch it, he experienced it, and I agree with him. I'm over here, I'm singing along. I'm singing along.
Nigga putting that shit on 20s, boy. I experienced it, boy.
That's what he said. I wish he was here to say it himself. But what did y'all think?
I loved it, man. That's the culture. We've seen the culture. You know what I'm saying? And I look at, because I was getting a text from my granddad, and he said he was dancing to the songs too. It's crazy. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Do you think it's up there with the top 5 halftime shows?
I mean, I don't have a halftime show list in front of me, but maybe it ain't up there with Michael's. But
to be fair, I don't think it's. So this is different. Let me veer real quick, right? There's Michael Jackson, right? in terms of performance, just period. And then there's Beyonce, and there's a massive gap after that, right? So,
right, Beyonce, right?
Yeah. I said that.
So, to be fair, it was great. I don't think you're matching. I don't think you're ever like. I don't think there is a performer who has been born yet, or at least has gotten famous yet, that's comparing to either of those two. The niggas these days ain't built like that. And them old motherfuckers, you see 50 hanging upside down? Oh my God, that nigga was struggling.
That shit was hard.
That joke was hard, though. Man. He was going
oh, shit. Because I was sitting there, I'm like, they ain't say 50 was going to be in here. I was like, what the hell? So that was a neat surprise. That was a neat surprise.
It was a nice surprise. They don't change shit I said, though.
Hey, look, this was me. When I'm watching the halftime show, I've seen Kendrick, and he's rapping. I'm like, Kendrick, you over there at the halftime show. I want the album. What are you doing? That was me the whole time.
He was supposed to drop a song that weekend, too, and he didn't. He did not drop that mess.
That sounds like something Kendrick would do. Now I want J. Cole at the halftime show. I want J. Cole and Kendrick at the halftime show to say, man, what?
J. Cole's not the performer, bro. He's not. With all due respect to J. Cole, I think he's a great rapper, but that's not who he is as a rapper.
Not Super Bowl.
He's not a Super Bowl performer. He's like he doesn't. I don't think he has the songs for it. Just
what? No role models?
That's not hitting like Mad City in the
Super Bowl. I feel like a Super Bowl.
That's not.
Super Bowl is different. You can't bring a rapper on a Super Bowl by himself.
Like you gotta, like you can do, like there are certain rappers who can do it, right? Like I feel like if Jay did it, or if Kanye wasn't crazy, Kanye could do it. Yeah. Like,
of course not by himself. I'm not saying by himself. I'm saying like him and Kendrick up there, like
But here's the thing. I think Kendrick could do it. I think Kendrick has, like, could you saw what was about to happen when the nigga started off with Mad City on Pyro? Like, come on, bro. Like that's, I mean, could you imagine him doing that? Humble, like DNA, like J. Cole is great. He's a good rapper, but he doesn't have that. He doesn't have those types of songs. He doesn't have performance like big
performance songs,
nationalized performance songs.
Sweet, No Models, Wet Dreams.
Wet Dreams is not popping off like that, bro. Come on.
What? She was in my math class, brown hair, and friends.
You like, bro? Come on. Listen. I'm not trying to slander this man. I'm not trying to slander this man. But like, think about the songs I named and what we just compared them to, right? I said Mad City. You gave me No Role Models. What's going off in the Super Bowl?
All right, look. Check this out.
He said, "All right, look. Hey, we might have to go
you remember this when we was in middle school? Well, we didn't go to the same middle school, but I just remember in middle school, No Role Models was so big. Like one person would start singing in the cafeteria. The next thing you know, the whole cafeteria is singing shit.
I understand.
Yeah, and I love No Role Models. I love No Role Models. It's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, it could hit at the Super Bowl, but it's just like Cam was saying, Cole ain't that kind of rapper.
And that's like think about the songs that were performed by them, right? Is No Role Models hitting like Still Dre, right? Or
I mean, right. These are classic songs. Still Dre is a classic song. You know what I'm saying? Forgot About Dre is a classic song. What if it's what's the name? In the Club is a classic song. No Role Models is a classic song too. I get where you're coming from. But the point is,
but it's a different type of classic. It's not that tier of classic. I personally don't think J. Cole has those types of songs.
Let me ask you this. When you're listening to No Role Models, every time you play it, does it still sound just as good as it did the first time you heard it?
That's but we're missing my point. Like, it's not about
how good the song is.
It's not about how good the song is. I love No Role Models. I mean, it's my second favorite song off that album. So like I understand it, right? I understand what you're saying. I could listen to No Role Models all day, right? So when you put that in a stadium setting, right? Is that hitting like even All Right, bro? All my life I had to fight, nigga. Come on, bro. It's not hitting like that.
The Cole songs aren't performance songs. You know what I'm saying? They're not songs. They're songs that they're really good songs, but they're not songs that you bring to the Super Bowl.
Like I would even say like Drake would struggle if he was to do a performance by himself. Like I don't think he has those types of songs.
So, because a lot of Drake's best songs have features. But real quick, we got to move on. So we all in agreement that that halftime show is a top five all time Super Bowl halftime show.
It probably is. I'd have to look. I'd have to really look into it, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it was really good. Really, really.
And real quick before we move on, I want to ask you about something about Super Bowl tradition. So normally, I'm accustomed to seeing funny commercials during the Super Bowl, but over the past few years, I haven't really seen any funny commercials like that. So what is the most memorable Super Bowl commercial that you guys have ever seen?
Ever? That Doritos.
You remember? Oh my gosh!
When dude was licking the cheese off dude's hands. And then the dude rubbed the cheese off on his pants. He pulled dude's pants off and was licking the cheese off his pants.
I was gonna say
was all going.
I was gonna say the Doritos commercial where he was eating the Doritos and then the baby was moving with the Doritos to try and get it, and then he moved it up, and then he moved it out past her womb, and she started screaming and shit. Yeah, that one stands out to me.
Yeah. So this made me realize that Doritos have the best Super Bowl commercials, because the Super Bowl commercial that I remember best was when this dude. So this mom brought in this dude home, right? And then he was eating the kid.
Oh man!
He was like, "What's up, little man?" And then he slapped the dude. It was like, "Keep your hands on my mama and keep your hands off my Doritos." That was the funniest shit I ever seen, bro.
Doritos has been running the commercials. Well, they were running the commercials.
All right, so let's move on to some since we're doing NFL, it's about Brian Flores, right? So I kind of want to talk to you about this, Kiwan.
What's that?
So you know how I be advocating for black QBs, right?
Jesus.
So this is where I'm going with this, right? Football is considered America's sport, right?
Gotcha.
Okay. And we know that when it comes to black people being in leadership positions, we agree that the QB is the leadership position of the team, right?
Okay.
So part of the reason why I advocate for black QBs the way I do is because, one, we do not get the same calls. We don't get the same treatment as other white QBs may have. Now, why does this relate to Brian Flores, right? Because this is another black man in a leadership position who has been mistreated. And I applaud him for coming out and exposing the NFL for what it is. I'm so glad that he is doing this. And I hope they're not after him like they was after that guy that discovered CTE. What was his name? Do you guys remember?
Oh, you talking about the nigga that Will Smith played?
Yeah.
I don't know his name. I ain't gonna lie.
I know you're talking about his name though.
Oh, dang. It's too bad that we don't know his name. But yes. So do you see why I advocate for black QBs the way I do, Kiwan?
I understand that. But the coaching versus the quarterbacks is different.
Okay.
It's different. Right. Like I always say, talk about these African American quarterbacks. Most African American quarterbacks cannot throw the ball. They can't throw it. So, race aside, why would I have an African American quarterback versus a non-African American quarterback when the non-African American quarterback can throw the ball better than the African American quarterback? But Brian Flores, his thing is different because he's talking about coaching and hiring, and that's always been a problem with the NFL. And the NFL,
you're right.
They actually had a rule implemented called the Rooney Rule, where teams have to at least interview a certain number of minority candidates for that head coaching job.
Okay.
Now they would interview them, but most of them would not get the job. Brian Flores is standing out about saying, "Okay, y'all interviewing us, but y'all not giving us these jobs. So what are you really doing?"
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at this past season, you look at Brian Flores' past couple seasons as a head coach, him getting fired this year does not make sense. Because last year he was a game out of the playoffs, and the only reason he wasn't in the playoffs was because the two teams that made playoffs had some of the best records in the conference. In this past series, he started out 0-7 and finished the season 9-8. I don't know how that gets you fired without getting another opportunity, and I think that's what it is too.
Mm-hmm. There was a QB of the not QB, coach of the, I think it's the Lions. I forgot his name. He was a black coach as well. His record was 9-8. I talked to you about this. His record was 9-8. He got fired. They brought in a white coach, and his record was worse than his. I think it was 7-9 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, now that's a different conversation. The black quarterback versus the black coaches is two different conversations.
No, the reason why I brought up the black QBs is because I was just talking about black men in leadership positions in general.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I brought it up.
I understand that, but even above the quarterback is the head coach. Now, I do agree there are a bunch of black coaches that should be head coaches in the NFL. That we only have two black head coaches in the NFL right now. Mike Tomlin and I don't know the other one.
You talking about that light skinned guy who looks white?
No, Mike. Who he coach?
Is that the other one?
Light skinned guy? I'm not sure, but I know for a fact.
Yeah, they hired a new coach. I think he's the coach of the 49ers now.
He
looks white, but they say he's mixed.
Kyle Shanahan?
I think.
I don't think Kyle Shanahan.
That sounds like a white man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, because his dad is white. Like his dad is white. But besides the point. But yeah, the hiring Brian Flores, what he's doing is good because this is a conversation that needs to be had. You know,
now, what I fucking hate is the NFL hiring a goddamn the former attorney general for the Obama administration towards the end, who is a black woman, to defend them against such race discrimination. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. But the dude's name was Bennett Omalu, just so the CTE guy.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to say that.
We probably looked at information for sure.
I was hoping somebody looked it up.
What's going on?
Okay. All right. So since we on coaches, we got the Juwan Howard incident. So
that shit was hilarious, bro. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. He smushed that nigga in the face, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck. I mean, he shouldn't have done it. It don't change the fact that it's funny, though.
For sure.
I mean, what I didn't see any other hits after that. You know, everybody keep calling it a brawl. I didn't see any other hits after that. It just seemed like everybody's just got in each other's face, really.
Bro, Juwan Howard would have took them niggas. He would have took that goddamn coach if it was an actual fight.
Yeah.
He took that shit.
My thing is, I remember I was watching First Take, Kendrick Perkins. He was talking about how the other coach, like, he reeled out his fishing hook, and then Juwan Howard took the bait because he was saying the other coach kept like touching him. And then when I was looking at the clip, it did look weird. Like, why is he still touching him? He's saying like, get your hands off me. He's still touching, and it was kind of weird. Kind of
even before that. The what made Juwan mad was that Wisconsin was up like 15 points or so, and the dude calls a timeout with 15 seconds left rather than letting the clock drip. That's what kind of started it. Then he walked over and what we seen, you know, he was touching them and all that. Yeah.
Strange.
This just people talking about, like, you know, like just roles of players. I mean, I don't really have a problem with. That's old school kind of mentality. Like, I don't really have a problem with it. I wouldn't do it. Like, if you like running up the score or calling the timeout, like, the way I see it, especially from a coach's perspective, I see it as someone taking the opportunity to give them a learning lesson when they're fucking up out there, even if they're up. As a coach, I would do it if the necessary arose, right? Like, if I let's say I'm coaching, right? We get blown out, and I put in my third string, and my third string is not hustling. They're not doing what they need to do. Right. They're not trying out there. I'm calling the fucking timeout, even though we down 25. Even though that makes no sense, I'm taking the timeout. As a college coach, I'm probably cussing niggas out. I ain't gonna lie.
That's because that small stuff does carry over into the playoffs. You feel what I'm saying? Because in the playoffs is one and done. You know what I'm saying? You cannot have mistakes, so you got to practice not minimizing mistakes so it can carry over. You know, feel what I'm saying? So I definitely see what you're saying. Yeah. Especially when I was watching Last Chance U basketball. That's what he was talking about pretty much all season.
Yeah, every little thing matters, especially in close games like that. So I get the anger from his side. Like, I definitely understand it, because I think it's kind of like, I think it's kind of stupid especially if a nigga tell me, bro, if would I have suspended him? I think they had to be honest.
Yeah, he swung at him.
They had to suspend him.
For how long though? She suspended.
I mean, he's suspended for the rest of the season, right? The rest of the regular season, right?
Yeah, about 5 games.
So, I mean, that's really not. That's, to be fair, as long as he's still being able to coach them and have contact with his players, and he just can't be at the games, I don't really know if that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I
still able to coach in the playoffs.
Yeah, bureaucracy-wise, you kind of have to. You can't not suspend him after he mushed a nigga in his face.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you the coach too. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't throw punches at all, but you a coach too.
yeah, you're a coach. You're supposed to be setting an example, and that's what people were saying, bro. You're supposed to set the example. You can't be doing shit like that. So I agree on that front. I just don't think I don't know. I think it's fine. I think the punishment was fair.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, right? You know.
Yeah.
Get your hands off me, bro. I told you to stop touching me. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, so we finally go get into basketball. So I remember we talked about this before, but we didn't record this. So pick two. So to get into basketball, I'm gonna pick two, right? Either add 8 inches to your vertical jump, never injured again, 50-point game, 4 inches to your height, stealth shooting, Kyrie handles, never miss a layup, or a 10-day NBA contract.
Nigga, you said a lot of that shit.
Only 8.
You said a lot of things.
Okay, just pick 2.
Say them again. Say it one more time.
Back to the first one. I don't even remember.
Okay. You got 8 inches to your vertical jump, never injured again, a 50-point game, 4 inches to height, Steph's shooting, Kyrie's handles, never miss a layup, or a 10-day NBA contract.
Okay.
Never miss a layup. Like, so you telling me like if I like do like a half court under like a layup type shot from half court is going in.
I don't think
say no. That's some bullshit. He's
if
trying
I
to
scoop it, if I do like an underhand scoop from half court,
no.
Half court.
Okay. All right.
Jesus.
So I can't get blocked.
I guess not.
If I can't get blocked, then give me the never miss a layup, because then I'm not missing. And then give me, I mean, you pick for me after the missed layup. I'm dropping 70.
I'm dropping 70.
That's a good point. Listen, I'm a big guy. I'm playing the post, nigga. If I get all layups, nigga, it's done. Y'all might as well call me Charles Barkley.
I'm gonna just run to the paint.
So
the last block.
Last time you said add 4 inches in Steph shooting, you was like that's NBA level. Right? Yeah, last time.
I mean, it is. That's legit NBA level. Now I'm not in shape enough. I ain't running all that shit, nigga. You're gonna have to give me a couple. You're gonna give me about a year. You can get me NBA shape.
I'll be 5'10".
So
Steph shooting. That's crazy. That's NBA level. No, I'm saying Steph shooting's NBA.
I'm 6'1". I'm about 6 foot 6'1" around there. Mm-hmm. And if you give me 4 inches, I'm 6'4", 6'5", and then you give me Steph shooting, nigga, I'm going crazy, right?
You're Steph Curry. You're Steph Curry.
Essentially, I am not Steph Curry because I'm not in shape. Listen. We can't even joke about that, nigga. That nigga, the endurance that nigga has is equivalent to some of these track runners and shit.
That's more like Kyle Lowry.
Probably. We'll call it Kyle Lowry. But even so, give me about a year if we can get in shape. But until then, nigga, like, nah, I'm just out here. I'm just putting in work.
Honestly, I'd probably say 4 inches to the height. And I feel like if I add 8 inches to my vert, that'll make me so tough. Because when you add inches to your vert, it makes you faster by default. So I'll be more athletic. I'll be able to move faster and jump higher. Like, and I can already shoot though. This NBA level right there.
Yeah, I got you. I'm not getting blocked on no layup. So I'm gonna get the ball on the block and like bounce it off the ground. It's going in. It's going in.
I'm crying. All right, so first things first, right? It's about the Celtics. So first they was like struggling. It was like a 500 team. They just went on like a 7-game win streak. They're like 34-26 now. So y'all probably watch more games than me. So like, what's different for them now?
I'm gonna be honest. What we thought was supposed to work, right, which was their defense, which had been struggling, right? They had been struggling on defense. Out of nowhere, they just became the second best defense in the league for no reason. Like, I don't know what happened. I guess someone turned on the fucking lights in the goddamn room so they could watch fucking film, and the niggas got to work.
Yo, watching film is one of the funniest shit ever, bro. Like, have you ever watched film before, like with the team? Y'all ever did that before? Y'all ever experienced that?
No,
Bro, that is the funniest shit ever. I swear. Like the coach just be Jono niggas like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? I swear that's the funniest shit ever, man. But before they started winning, I was looking at this, I was like, yo, what's their problem? A lot of people say that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can't work together, but I disagree with that. I feel like you definitely shouldn't trade either one of them. They just need a guard.
I think they need one. I think they need a playmaker. I mean, oddly enough, now I won't say this Rondo, but like prime Rondo, like the one that was on the original Celtics, he would actually work with this team. Like, he would be pretty solid with this team, except for the fact that the nigga can't shoot now. I mean, he can shoot. Like if you combine his shooting now, which is passable, with back then, and put him in today, he'd be pretty solid. But
I think another big thing for them, they just got healthy.
Yeah, they did get healthy. Last year they got smacked with COVID, and then earlier this year everyone got hit. Like anyone who I think there was no team that didn't have at least 3 people out from COVID.
Yeah, that was like around early December.
COVID was beating the shit out the league. I ain't that shit. I'll be crying came through and said, "Oh, y'all think it's over? Y'all think it's over? Okay,
this shit right here, nigga. This shit right here, nigga.
Nigga, that's what you think. Come on, man. That shit was.
I think they just got healthy. They got their guys back. They got some chemistry, and now they playing really good basketball.
Yeah, and then people say, if you listen to what I listened to Jason Tatum talk about it. He said that after COVID, it took him after he had COVID, he was coming back and play. It took 4 weeks for him to get back to where he thought he was normal. So just imagine that happening to a bunch of other players on the team as well who aren't as good as Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
You laughed, but come on.
Yeah. No, because imagine hearing that. Imagine a bunch of people on the team that aren't as good as Jason Tatum.
I mean, he's not.
Jason fighting COVID is like fringe all-star, but Marcus Smart fighting COVID is fringe G League.
Bonafide scrub. Kwame Brown.
Hold on. Bro, see, Keywan, bro, I don't know why you still do this to this day. You still be disrespecting Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is that guy.
No,
he has the Celtics record now.
He is not.
Bro, hold on. Let me say something. He has the Celtics record now for most made threes in the game. He got a strap. He can play defense. He hustles. He is the heart and soul of the Celtics.
Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit. Listen, do you know how many people have made 12 threes in the game?
How many?
I can name 4 of them. The 5th nigga, I don't know. I just watched it the other day too. It's Zach LaVine, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kobe Bryant. Those are 4 of the 5. The 5th one, don't nobody know because he got lucky one night.
That's 5.
Marcus Smart. Smart ain't nothing. He's a product of having 2 really good scorers on his team.
I won't go as far as that. Marcus Smart definitely has something to add. Like if you put
points, and you could put him on the other team's best guard, and he'll do it.
If you took Marcus Smart and just teleported him to the Lakers would automatically become way better just because of what he does.
That's because the Lakers are terrible.
But hold on. It's not that simple. What I mean is because of what he does. Right, like his defense, and then his moderate shooting. The nigga shoots 34%. He ain't no splash nigga. I don't know. You said
that's solid. Ideally, it's 35, 34. Right,
he's shooting 31% from the 3-point line this year.
See, I fucking lied. I thought it was 34. 31.
This year he's been.
Take that nigga. Take the nigga strap away. He don't need to shoot no more. That nigga shooting worse than stormtroopers, my nigga. Ain't nobody. He don't need to be shooting like that.
That's what I'm saying. He's been bad this year. He's been bad. He said something earlier this year and was like, he said earlier this year about Tatum and Brown. He said we got 2 guys that don't want to pass the ball to each other. And then they said, he said this, but he's shooting 20% while saying that. Why would they want to pass you the ball and you shooting 21%?
That nigga said heart and soul like that mattered. This nigga ain't Draymond Green.
Come on, man. In fact, they was talking about trading him.
Bro, and I disagree with that. I don't think they should trade him.
If you can get the right pieces for him, you definitely get rid of him. To me,
yes.
So, Kiwan, if you Celtics front office, you getting rid of Marcus Smart?
I wouldn't say I'm getting rid of him. He's not untouchable by no means.
Yeah, he's not untouchable.
Bro, wait, hold on. This year he's averaging 1.8 steals a game.
That's nice. That's nice. You know who else? Cool. You know who led the league in scoring 1 year and steals 1 year?
Who?
Steph Curry.
Okay.
So he's supposed to be.
Who gives a fuck about the defense?
Locked up. He's not a lockdown defender, and he's not a really good shooter.
He's not as good a defender as he once was. Right?
But look, the game, he could get you the ball when you need it, like either getting a steal or just forcing a turnover, whether it's taking a charge or like that time he threw the ball off of Kawhi's foot. He'll get you a clutch turnover that your team needs.
That's nice, but but you're talking about like you don't rely on. He is a good defender now. He's not where he was a couple years ago. Like a couple years ago, he was definitely had the best season of his career, where he was shooting good. Nigga was shooting like 37% from three, blocking niggas up, and that's not who he is anymore. Not right now, anyways. Niggas regressed on his shot like fucking Russell Westbrook did.
Hey, well, look, what's that? Hold on, where we at? All right, we gotta move on. Enough of Marcus Smart. So
enough of Marcus Smart. What we talking about?
If Zion is to be traded, well, should Zion be traded first? Yes or no?
No. First
if
and
I'm the front office, I'm not trading him.
First and foremost, when Zion Williamson plays, he is a generational talent. He is the only person who scores at the rate that he does with the efficiency he does at the rim all time, or in the last since 1995 is Shaq. That's the only person, right? So we have a nigga scoring at the rim comparably to Shaquille O'Neal, and niggas talking about trading him. Out my face.
Yeah, I'm not trading him. Don't he got another year on his contract?
On the rookie contract, and then he has to kind of qualifying offer or get an extension.
I'm not trading him unless he tells me to my face I'm not re-signing.
So
or he tells me to his face he's taking the qualifying offer.
Get traded.
You said what?
If he were to get traded, where would he get traded, or where I want to see him?
Should get traded? Yeah, where would you want to see him?
Put him on the Hawks, bro.
Yeah, he can come out of Atlanta.
He can come out of Atlanta, man. Come on, trade me somebody. Come on, man. Come on, dog. No, but okay. So that's just my personal pick because I want Atlanta to get something right. I want us to go ahead and start completing the roundabout for the championships.
Who would the Pelicans want for Zion that we got?
I mean, if the choices are slim, nigga, you take Clint Capella and goddamn John Collins, and you be happy with what you get, goddamn.
Yeah, you be happy with what you get. That's what I'm saying. That's going on what I'm saying. I'm not trading him unless I know for a fact that he out of there, because then I got to get something back for him.
Trade Clint and John Collins. Then what big do we have?
Zion Williamson. That's what we putting down there. And we running that offense, goddamn. Listen, what we gonna do?
Double O. He been playing really well. The past couple weeks.
And then you trying to sign someone like JaVale McGee, who's been having a career year. Yeah.
With Trae Young, you don't need a guy that's going to be in the low block. Just go up and catch your lobs, get your rebounds, block your shots, and run down the court.
That's what I'm talking about. It's the rebounding part for me. Like you saw what happened to the Rockets when they tried to play small ball.
But the difference is they didn't have Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
Zion Williamson is not PJ Tucker.
Yeah, PJ Tucker.
And I also said, and we do have that center come off the bench who's playing amazingly, who's a great defender. He's everyone. He's a great defender. I think if he keeps on playing this well, now I don't know. Clearly, we don't see everything, but whenever he gets an opportunity, he's playing excellent defense. I think that if it continues down this way, if he continues to play on the because it's ridiculous the type of defense he's able to play. He's guarding guards. He's locking up the big men, like everything. He's great. If he continues down this path, I think it's going to be difficult to continue to justify Clint Capella over him.
Yeah, and we seen it with Double O. We seen it last year before Giannis got hurt. He was holding his own against Giannis. When Clint was in, Giannis doing whatever he wanted. But when Double O was in, he wasn't scoring as easy. And we seen that again on Martin Luther King Day when we beat them. And later that week when we played Bam, he locked up Bam.
Bam ain't no scorer.
Onyeka Okongwu.
Mm-hmm. Wait, has DeAndre Hunter ever? Has he been back yet? Is he back yet?
Yeah, he been back.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, because every time I talk about the Hawks, he be hurt.
But this nigga baby blast just like Anthony Davis, goddamn. He don't play.
Here's my proposition for Zion, right? So he already said he wants to play in New York. If you
That's
trade
disgusting.
him to if you trade him to New York, I say the New York Knicks should give away Kemba Walker and Julius Randle. That
Why
would
the
be
fuck
so
would I take
tough.
that?
Oh yeah, I'm not taking that for Zion.
No,
Bro.
that's nasty. That's nasty.
But
I
you
mean,
expect them to take John Collins and Clint Capella?
Yes,
that's better than fucking Kemba
Kimba's
Walker
so
and
washed
Julius
now, bro.
Randle.
Kimba's washed.
Okay, throw in Evan Fournier. I don't know some other niggas.
Fuck that.
but if-
Fuck that.
man,
If
you
he want to
gotta
go to the
take
Knicks, you giving me RJ Barrett and fucking Cam Reddish, or you're not getting shit back, nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. See, the thing is, I would love to see him with RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish because it's like his squad. That would be
First
so.
off,
That would be so cool.
that was nice at Duke. That was nice at Duke. That ain't the NBA. None of them niggas can really shoot like that.
Wait, no, Cam can shoot. Cam.
As a Hawks fan, I've been watching Cam for the past 2 years, and I'm a Duke fan too, so I've been watching for the past 3 years. He is one of the most streaky shooters I have ever rooted for in my life.
Nigga might as well be called J.R. Smith, goddamn.
Yeah.
might get you 12. That's he's gonna get you.
The Hawks game I went to, he was stroking that bit. I'm like,
yeah, you went
damn.
to that. I think with Cam, it's a mental thing with Cam. Cam came off being one of the best players in high school, get thrown into a team where he's a third base player, and then get drafted by a team that's gonna have him sitting in the corner for most of the time with Trey. So I think it's just a thing of he not used to not being the best player. He don't go.
But when Trey was out, he was playing like the best.
That's
player.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't think he don't go off till after Trey. Till he the best player, he don't go off.
I don't think they put him in the best position though. I'll be fair to that. I don't think the Hawks put him in the best position to one. I mean, he did get injured, so I think trading him this early was a poor decision. I think if you give him another year, right? If you keep him for another year on his rookie extension, you just try and bring him more into the offense because DeAndre Hunter is no scorer. The second best scorer on the team is fucking It's probably John Collins, maybe, but that nigga's just getting lobs and he can shoot threes a little bit better. But he ain't like he's not Amari Stoudemire. You're not giving it to him in the post for isolation. He's always getting shit off the catch. Mm-hmm. So you and we need someone to, be able to take some of the load off Trey. If you're gonna pass the ball, if you're gonna learn if you have a problem, nigga, learn how to dribble, be a better playmaker. Then you get the ball more.
The big thing with Cam was also he did ask for a trade a while back. So he didn't want to be there either.
Yeah.
But the second proposition I have is that Zion be traded to Memphis. Him and Ja. You know how nasty that'll be?
It would be nice to see, especially if he can. It would be nice to see if he can get back to Duke weight, bro. I was watching Duke highlights. That nigga was fucking ridiculous. That nigga was different. Yeah, he was playing defense.
He's also like an anchor there, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he must. I don't think he's take care of himself to come back. Because, like, you know how Giannis, he came back like a week later after he messed up his knee in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Because he needed and wanted to come back and play. If you're not trying to take everybody to make yourself get healthy to want to come back and play.
Now I will say this, and I don't want to make too long of this point. You are an NBA athlete, right? And as unfair as it can be sometimes, you're going to get scrutinized for your weight and your size. If you aren't in shape, you're going to get criticized. Charles Barkley famously got criticized by Moses Malone. We see James Harden after every fucking year. We starting to see Luka. We got Luka this year. Niggas not coming back in shape. And Shaq got it. All these people got it. Bro, you have to be in shape. And I understand that you're rehabbing and you might put on weight easily, but bro, you have to get in shape. You have to be in shape and you have to be ready for the season, especially for someone at your side. Bro, you're 286.6. The weight that you're putting on your joints is going to keep you from playing and making the money that you want to make. You have to be in shape, bro.
And that's why I say, this is my theory. I think you want to heard me say this before. See, this is why players like AD and Joel Embiid get hurt so often, and DeMarcus Cousins too, because they're 7 foot, they're big, and they're trying to do guard moves, all the moving side to side, all that lateral movement. It's too much weight on their ligaments. It's like stretched out to be doing all those.
I mean, it's very possible that can have an impact, right? But if you watch, most of AD's injuries are from fuck ups, right? It's not from It's from like landing weird or rolling your ankle weird. Like the one that he just had, he rolled the fuck out of his ankle.
Yeah,
Actually, I thought he broke that bitch.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not like he's just getting injured just off by, like DeMarcus Cousins. I hear your point, right? Because DeMarcus Cousins got a rewind, tore his Achilles, then he tore his ACL and quad, all from running up the court and shit like that. So he might have been too big for that. But I can't agree with that for Joel Embiid, especially now, because he's still at his size, and now he's fucking dominating, and he hasn't been injured this year.
When I say big, I'm not saying like big, like out of shape. I'm talking about like just.
I know what you're saying.
Your natural size for being 7 foot and like 2 whatever you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a lot of weight to be moving, trying to do guard shit.
I understand what you're saying, but like again, like I said about Joel, Joel's doing it a little differently this year. I do think AD probably needs to get back down. I think he thought that bulking up was gonna, he needed to bulk up to play center.
Yeah.
I don't think he needed to do that. I think that the league is a little bit different. You don't have to really be super bulky to play center. I think he would have been fine at his playing weight, because looking back at the Pelicans days, I watched the Pelicans highlight where he had 59 points. That nigga was skinny as fuck. And he was dominating because he was so much quicker than everybody.
It's not just about offense, it's about defense too. You guarding someone, they're just moving you out the way. You know what I'm saying?
But even when he was smaller, people weren't just moving him out the way. He's Anthony fucking Davis. Right? Like,
right.
And some people can't put on that weight. Like, some people can't just handle the weight. Some people's bodies, like you said, some people's bodies aren't meant for it. Like, Giannis is the size of AD, does way more guard moves than him, and the nigga barely gets injured.
Okay.
In comparison. So it just depends on everyone's body is different. Like Yao Ming.
Yeah, I honestly thought you was gonna say someone like KD, because KD is 7 foot and does a bunch of guard shit. Like KD is a 7 foot guard.
And KD barely gets hurt. KD has freak. Like a lot of his injuries are freak injuries. He's had major injuries, but he's only really had like 5 or 6 he's had 2 major injuries that I can remember. When he broke his foot.
When he broke his Achilles.
Foot? Yeah, he broke his foot and his Achilles. And but the thing is, everyone gets injured. It's part of the game. Like the only people who didn't get injured were statistical anomalies, like anomalies like fucking Wilt, LeBron. I wouldn't name him, but I don't feel comfortable saying his name. The nigga from Utah, the power forward. Oh my God. Listen, I don't refer to him by his name. He gets called the P, and we're on a podcast. It's not my own, so I don't want to, I ain't trying to do all that. But yeah, him.
That's crazy.
He barely got injured. He was an Iron Man. James Harden for a long time was an Iron Man. He only just now started having injuries. So everyone gets injured though. So it's always been part of the game. It's going to continue to be part of the game. Like even fucking, we're talking about big people get hurt trying to do guard moves. Like Tim Duncan in his second, third year tore his ACL and was out for the playoffs.
I didn't even know Tim Duncan tore his Achilles. His ACL. I never knew that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Then he came back and had his 2 best seasons, but that's why he's the greatest power forward ever. But that's
So all right. So while we still in the Pelicans, the CJ McCollum trade, that was a terrible trade to me. Oh my God, that was one of the worst trades.
For the Trailblazers, it was bad, but for the Pelicans, I understand it.
Since they traded CJ, it's like, okay, who's the second option now for Dame?
I think they're trying to get rid of Dame.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all been watching, but that boy is
Anthony Simons is good. I think. I think it's time for the Trailblazers to retool. I think it's time. It's
built around
time.
Anthony.
It's been time since the fucking what year was that? Since that year they went to the conference finals against the Warriors and got swept. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been time. It's been time. Time to let it go, bro.
Yeah.
Gotta let it go. Like Teddy Pendergrass let it go. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see, next. Let's see, we got the Harden trade. Who do you think won the trade between the Sixers and the Nets?
I think the Nets got better of the 2 teams, but both teams got better. Like both teams are in a better position than they were before the trade.
Agreed. But real quick, I don't know if y'all know, but they're thinking about ending the mandate in a couple of weeks. So
if they end the mandate, then the that whole thing, it changes. Now, I will say, I still hold to my position from before because the mandates were in place then. But if they're in the mandates, which I do think they will, because Eric Adams is fucking trash. Jesus Christ. But if they in the mandates, then and Kyrie's able to play. I think that I think the lineups they can put out, especially when KD comes back, are just going to be amazing. They're going to be great.
Is KD coming back in all this regular season, or he not coming back to the playoff?
As far as I know, he'll be back.
He probably coming back next week.
Yeah,
or in the next couple of weeks, he'll be back real soon.
So so just imagine a lineup between Seth Curry, Seth Curry, Kyrie Irving,
Ben Simmons.
KD, Ben Simmons, and like whoever you have at the center, Andre Drummond, right?
Claxton. Oh, I thought you were gonna say Claxton.
Claxton, maybe. If you want to have Claxton, you can play him. Or Claxton, right? That's a great lineup. That's a great lineup to play with. That makes everyone better. And then if push comes to shove, you can go a little smaller with Claxton. Or you can go really small.
That's a lot of length between KD, Ben, and Claxton.
Or you can go even smaller. Wow. You could put in like Joe Harris at the small forward, run KD at the 4, Ben Simmons at the 5. You ain't got no defense up front, but goddamn, you can score all you fucking want.
Yeah, with that trade, you look at everything that Brooklyn was struggling with this season.
Mm-hmm.
They got one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA in Ben Simmons. They have a rebounder in Andre Drummond who can still go up and get you 17, 18 rebounds a game. And they got more shooting in Seth Curry. And like Ken was saying, you put out, and depth. And when I was looking at the trade, when I was thinking about the possibility of a trade, I was thinking, okay, they're gonna have to give up Patty Mills with that. But they didn't have to give up Patty Mills. They still got, so it's gonna be either Patty or Seth coming off the bench with Cam Thomas, who's proven to be pretty straight off the bench too.
Wait, so they did not trade Patty Mills? I thought they did.
They didn't.
No,
they didn't.
They didn't.
They traded Paul Millsap.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So I mean, like Ken said, both teams got better, but Brooklyn filled all the holes, and if they can all play, then I think they'll be better off. Now
I will say about Philly, bro, just imagine James comes back and he plays the way he was playing when he first got to Brooklyn, and you put him with Joel Embiid and Matisse Thybulle to cover up his defensive lapses, and you got Tobias Harris over in the corner. They could actually, and with Joel, bro, oh my God, it could
When I first saw the trade, I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, yeah, Sixers won the trade. But after looking and thinking about it, I was like, okay, it's not as head over shoulders that, Sixers won the trade, because like you said, Q1, Brooklyn did fill all the holes they had by getting Ben Simmons. But I still do think that the Sixers won the trade, because when was the last time we seen an elite guard big duo like this?
I mean, the closest we have, to me, this is a lot closer to Anthony Davis and LeBron than it is to Shaq and Kobe. I think they're completely different types of players. I mean, of course, like Anthony Davis is a better shooter than Shaq, but he's not as dominant. And I guess Joel would be kind of in between Anthony Davis and Shaq in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's more like Hakeem.
He is. But I think he's a better shooter than Hakeem was. He's not as good as a defender as Hakeem. So. Okay. He don't got the post moves. He's great, but he ain't got the moves like that. He ain't got the moves like that. But like if you look at the squad, I just think I think that James Harden. It depends on what James Harden we get, because there were times during the season where he was playing great, and there were times when he just kind of looked passive in a sense. Like, I don't know.
His last game with Brooklyn, he dropped 4 points.
See, that can't happen.
That's more like a protest performance. You really think James Harden going to score 4 points? In the regular season against who was they playing against?
The Kings.
Exactly. You think James Harden going to score 4 points against the Kings?
I'm thinking the same thing as you, but it happened.
I'm telling you, that's a protest performance.
You think he was just doing it like, hey, bitch, trade me?
How many games he had? How many protest performances he had?
He was doing this in Houston.
And that's also another thing. Like, if this doesn't work out, bro, you've had KD and Russ. You had Dwight Howard, who wasn't Dwight Howard. I'll give you that. But then you got CP3. Then you got to the Nets. Then you had Russ. Then you got to the Nets. Then you had KD and Kyrie. Now this year is different because Kyrie wasn't playing. He took his stand. That's his stand to take. And he wasn't there while you were there. And now you're gone. Right? You've been through you had a lot of good players with you. Now you have the second best center in the league. Still second best, yes. Yes, still
you're right
best.
Because Harden has had everything go his way, which
everything
is
he wanted, he's got everything he's wanted, he's gotten.
So now, if you fuck up now, what's the excuse then?
Yep.
He got to win. So now it makes you wonder about Doc Rivers, because Doc Rivers, I'm looking at Doc Rivers too, because now he has Harden and Embiid. So what do we expect from him now with Harden and Embiid and Tobias Harris and Matisse Thybulle and Maxey?
I'm gonna say
better fucking stagger their minutes, goddamn.
I'm gonna say I'm not finna go so crazy about what happens the rest of this season, because there's 20 something games left in the playoffs. But next season, looking at both Brooklyn and Philly, they need to, like, you know what I'm saying? That's really where I'm gonna measure the coaches for real.
Yeah. Okay, so with all due respect, the fact that nigga was top 25 is gross.
Who, Doc?
Yes.
No, they
top 25, bro.
They had top 15 coaches.
They had top 25.
Actually kind of surprised.
Yeah, they had top 25 coaches, yeah.
How the fuck?
I heard them saying top 15.
No, top 25. How the fuck did he make it before George Karl? I'm not a big George Karl fan, but come on, bro. Come on. Like, just because he has a championship?
Top 25, but not 15. I can see him being top 25. I disagreed with the top 15 when they were talking about it, but I can agree with top.
It wasn't a top 20. It was a top 25, wasn't it?
I believe it was.
I thought it was top 25 coaches.
If it's top 25, I can agree with that. However,
over George Karl, though? Over Mike D'Antoni?
Yes, over Mike D'Antoni.
Why over Mike D'Antoni?
Because we talking about Mike D'Antoni. What have we lamented about Mike D'Antoni? Every single team.
It don't matter. That nigga had Tom Thibodeau building his defense for him that year.
Which year? Which
the
team?
year he won a championship.
Mike D'Antoni won a championship? When?
No, the year that Doc Rivers won a championship, it was Tom Thibodeau who built the defense. Since then, the nigga has lost more 3-1 leads than any motherfucking coach in the history of the goddamn league.
Okay, I'll agree. I'll give you that. He has a lot of leads.
It's crazy.
He has coached a lot of talent between the Big Three Celtics. He was coaching with the Big Three Celtics for like 3 years until 2010. I don't know when they broke up in 11 or 10.
I was like, I think they broke up he left the Celtics in like 2013.
Yeah, because I think they broke up. Yeah. Because I do know the LeBron's Heat had beat them, I believe, in 11 when they went to the finals or something like that. One of them years.
They beat them both years.
Yeah,
11 and 12.
Okay. That's what I saw. Okay,
and then 2012, that man, they got a 3-2. They started talking shit to the King. That man went down in Boston, gave him about 45. He saw what it do. They don't talk shit to the King. He took it personal. Got memes off that bitch.
Oh my.
Personal. I'm crying. But I will give you that. You know, blown 3-1 leads. He has coached a lot of talent between the Big Three Boston Celtics for 4 years, Lob City for another 7 years? No, not 7 years. How long was he coaching in Lob City?
Lob City is arguably not his fault though.
No, the Clippers. He was coaching the Clippers for about.
He left Boston and went to the Clippers, didn't he?
Yeah, he left Boston and went to the Clippers.
He was for 7. How long was he coaching Lob City?
No, he coached Lob City for 4 years.
He coached Lob City the whole distance of Lob City.
Yeah. So James Harden went there in Chris Paul left in 2017, 2018. Yeah, and then 2018, 2019, they were trash. 28, and then
that's when,
but they still make the playoffs.
See, but that's what I'm saying. See, look at all this talent. They got Big Three Boston Celtics, Lob City, and then Kawhi and PG. And then you had Ben Simmons.
And you only got one chip?
Yeah. See, and that's
And
what I'm.
He's supposed to be top 25.
It's tough.
I don't know.
I think I could still see him as top 25 because don't he have some record in wins or something? Right?
No, but you know who does and he didn't make it? George Karl.
What's his record?
I think he's like top 5 wins. And
All-time
Doc Rivers
wins?
is definitely not top 5.
And then isn't it also about win percentage as well?
I think George Karl has a really good win percentage.
Let me see this. Top 25 NBA coaches.
Truthfully, not sure about coaches, but George Karl has a 58% win percent. 58 win percentage.
They had Greg Popovich number 1. Wait, no, that's not.
I mean, I think he's the greatest coach ever, but that's my personal opinion.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I got Popovich.
Eric Spoelstra in top 25. I see Eric Spoelstra.
I was cool. I don't know. I was more cool with Eric Spoelstra than I was with Doc Rivers.
George Karl right here. Rudy.
Oh, George Karl.
Donovich. Yeah, this is top 25. I'm looking at Lester Harrison, Jack Ramsey. Doc Rivers is at 18. I see.
What about Mike D'Antoni? I don't think
this is an official list though.
Official? No, look up official.
Yeah. NBA did a top 15 list.
Oh, okay, they did.
We got Red Auerbach, Larry Brown, Chuck Daly, Red Holzman, Phil Jackson, Casey Jones, Steve Kerr, Don Nelson, Greg Popovich, Jack Ramsey, Pat Riley, Doc Rivers, Jerry Sloan, Eric Spoelstra, and Lenny Wilkins. Now, there was a person that someone had argued. It was one of the coaches of the George Mikan Lakers team.
I don't give a fuck about that old ass nigga. Get that shit out of my face.
Well, come on. What's the name? Did he won? How many? What's the name? George Mikan has 5 championships, and that coach of that, he won 4 of them. Like, you can't not. Like, you know what I'm saying? If Red Auerbach is there, who coached the Bill Russell team,
do you know the difference between 5 and 10?
Bro. Before Bill Russell, though, it was George Mikan, though.
Nobody give a fuck about George Mikan compared to Bill Russell?
Bro, what I'm saying is that George Mikan had his own era before Bill.
So?
So you don't think the coach of that era should be in that list? I mean, Phil Jackson was part of an era, and he's in the list.
But you know how many? You know he has 11 championships, right?
Okay, yeah, right. Phil Jackson was a part of 2 eras. Let me see. What about Casey Jones? Casey Jones is here.
Yeah, it's 3, and he.
Okay, and then the coach.
Okay, but the difference between who was fighting George Mikan? Who was against him?
What's your point?
See how you can't name anyone? At least you can name Wilt for fucking Bill Russell.
No, let me see.
You gotta look it up. The fact you gotta look it up is nasty.
Opponents. Let me see. Until then, what did y'all say about the Porzingis trade earlier?
Oh no! No, I think it was a bad trade. I mean, I just don't understand. I don't understand why you do it. I just don't. I can't rationalize that in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Porzingis isn't the unicorn anymore, right? He's still better than fucking Davis Bertans and then Spencer Dinwiddie, who's having the worst season of his career. I just don't understand it.
I don't get that Spencer Dinwiddie trade because he tore his ACL last year.
Yeah. Not even that. Like Cam said, Spencer Dinwiddie has been god awful this year, and Bertans has been god awful this year too. It don't make sense, but hey, you know.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I mean, you can do what you want.
Yeah,
you like it, I love it, goddamn. But
you said I'm like, because y'all was saying that Luka has been hooping now.
He is hooping. He is hooping. And I personally don't know if that's because Porzingis is gone or if it's because Luka just got more in shape. But oh my god,
when was the trade?
Right before. It was on deadline. Yeah, deadline day.
What was deadline day?
I think it was the third. Was the third?
I believe it was the 10th at 3, something like that.
Yeah, it was.
If it was,
it was 2
if it
weeks
was
ago.
10th, then these numbers are crazy.
Oh,
51, 45, and 49.
Nah, that nigga went nasty. The nigga went nasty. First off, the Clippers just kept on letting him switch on the Zubac, and he was eating that nigga. Like,
I don't know why they keep doing that switch shit. That shit is so ass.
He was, bro. I watch a lot of Thinking Basketball because I think he's the best basketball YouTuber out here. And he just breaks down what the Mavericks do, pick and roll wise, and what's the
guy name?
Thinking Basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the way he breaks it down is just like, Luka's nasty. And then the way teams defend him, especially the Clippers, like all the Clippers do is switch. And if all you're doing is switching on the Clippers, on Luka, you're gonna get fucked up because he's gonna get your big, and he's better than your big. He's like, you have to have like Giannis switch onto him, or like AD, prime AD. I don't think he has that anymore, but prime AD to make it work. And niggas just don't have that. So they be getting fucked up.
Oh, I'm still trying to figure out who this nigga played against in the finals.
Yeah, see?
Bro, give it up, bro.
Hey.
Lost.
But look, for real, in all seriousness though, this started the Lakers' legacy though. Like, you know what I'm saying? We know this is part of the reason why we know the Lakers is a championship city.
And that's nice, but why should this person be over someone like, I don't know, let's just say Rick Carlisle, right? And Rick Carlisle he coached one of the greatest finals runs in NBA history.
Okay.
Like, why should this person, even though he has 5 and Jordan Michael didn't play against anybody, right?
Bro, saying that.
You legitimately can't name anyone. You haven't found a single name. That's what's making
it. Think about the Sabonis trade. That shit was hey yo, when I saw the Sabonis trade, bro, that was one of the most ass trades I've ever seen, bro. I'm like, why would you trade your best player for virtually nothing? It's just a poverty franchise at that point, you know? Who did they even do the trade with?
Pacers.
No, like the Pacers. Who did the Pacers trade with?
Oh, you think the Pacers were tripping?
Oh, I think the Kings were tripping.
Oh,
heavy.
Tripping too. Like why would they trade? Yeah, they're tripping too.
No, because Tyrese Halliburton is their best player.
Well, I was talking about trading Buddy Hield because I know Buddy Hield got the thing.
Buddy Hield is not better than Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton is the best player. Tyrese Halliburton was the best player on that team, and I don't understand if you can't. You say you don't know about that?
De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox is playing bat this year. He ain't as good as Tyrese. Tyrese is better this year.
Yeah, if that's what you believe, man.
The Kings has
you want to look at the numbers, bro? We can go numbers for numbers if you want to. I just got Jamal. I get you too.
I mean, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers,
bro. After this episode, bro, I'm gonna do my research, bro, and I'm gonna come back to you, bro. I'm gonna be on here.
De'Aaron is having an off year, but he was still the best player on that team.
You having an off year and someone's playing clearly better than you. I think that
I don't think he's not playing clearly better than him. Because
they don't have the ball in his hand because they put it in De'Aaron Fox's hand because Tyrese is better playing off ball because he can actually shoot. Right? But in comparison to what he's doing, like if you look at how he played basketball, you look at what he was doing when De'Aaron wasn't playing, he averaged basically 20 and 10. Easy. On good efficiency. And then you take him to when he plays with De'Aaron and he doesn't have the ball in his hand, it's like 14 and 7 on good shooting efficiency. I still think not to say that De'Aaron is bad, it's just Tyrese is 21 years old. And if he's not the best player, he's definitely the second best. Right?
This is where we can come together.
If he's not the best,
Tyrese was clear cut the second best, he's one of the best on the team. No matter wherever we got him. Trading him made no sense.
At 21 years old, he's only going to get better, and he wanted to be there.
Yeah.
He wanted to be there. So I just don't understand it. I don't understand the logic behind it. Now, Sabonis is fine. But if you can,
so how would that work for De'Aaron Fox having Sabonis now? Who else did they get?
I think they got Sabonis and one of the Holiday twins. Holiday brothers.
Yeah, I think Justin Holiday.
Who doesn't have the vaccine? You can't play in Sacramento without a vaccine. So they basically got just Sabonis.
Everyone lifted their thing except New York.
And Orange County didn't.
So the coach of George Mikan's team, right? He has a 58 win percentage, a 51% percentage. Oh, that's in college. That was the playoffs.
Yo, you were really trying to build this case.
5 championships compared to Doc's 1. Like, come on, bro. And what is the coach? What does he have to do with who the players have to play?
Did he beat a top 50 a top 75 player, or did Doc Rivers do that? Did he beat a single top 75 player?
He probably did.
You know it's crazy you can't name them.
But you name one then.
I can't. That's why I'm not doing it. But if you want me to name the ones that
what would you say
Rivers beat, the women and the ones Doc Rivers beat, it was LeBron and Kobe that year.
What? How much talent he have on his team though? Like Doc Rivers, the one time Doc Rivers won, he won the year he was supposed to win.
Probably should have won too. He probably would have won in 2008, 2009 too. KG didn't get hurt, but that's not the point. If you look at, I don't understand why you're trying to make this case so badly. It's like you really want this dude in here.
It's over, bro.
All right. All right, so are y'all done talking about the Sabonis trade, or y'all still going?
Bro,
there ain't much to say about it.
Ain't nothing to say. I just think it was a dumb move.
Now we on the All-Star weekend. So, well, y'all want to go first, or what?
Abolish the dunk contest.
Not abolish.
Abolish.
Nah, this got to.
I think
better.
The thing with the dunk contest is it's hard to live up to Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon and them boys.
Yeah, it was the greatest ever. It's the greatest ever. I don't give a fuck about Vince Carter. I don't give a fuck about Neek versus Mike. Nigga.
You ain't got no pushback against that.
I'm just saying, I need the people who would give pushback to hear me. Ain't no questions. Ain't no questions. It's the greatest ever. That nigga jumped over a mascot. Until I see someone else do that shit.
I seen a tweet. It said Aaron Gordon sat down in the air 8 feet. Sat down 8 feet in the air. And then Zach LaVine did like a 360 from not a 360, a windmill from almost free throw line, and people expect to see better than that.
That's a good point. It's not really fair. It's not really fair.
See, the thing is, I think part of the reason why the dunk contest isn't what it used to be is because of social media too. Like you could look up like craziest dunks and you'll see shit that niggas in the NBA, and not doing. You feel what I'm saying? So it kind of takes away some of the
difference is. And here's what I can hear what you're saying, but I think I can disagree. I think I disagree with that because social media was here in 2016.
It was.
We still had social media. We had Twitter. Yeah. We had Instagram. We had all these things, and it was still the greatest ever. So what we're looking for.
Another big thing is that this year, especially, we sitting here watching guys try dunks for 10 times. Try dunks 10 times. That kind of takes all the excitement out of it.
Oh no, you fuck up. That's why I love Shaq. I love Shaq because he said, you fuck up once, you're not getting a 10. You can't get a 10 if you fuck up once. You got to he put pressure on them boys. No matter how good
pressure on boys. Don't you only get 3 tries though?
Yes, but if you don't attempt, they don't.
Yeah. So I think
they should bring back the timer. Too. Bring back the timer.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Isn't that the reason why Icky lost and Nate Robinson won? Because Nate Robinson had like hella tries. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, bro. I understand people.
Dunks weren't bad. Obi's dunks were not bad.
Everyone else's were though.
Yeah, everyone else's were bad.
And man, that's supposed to be the highlight of the night, right? That's supposed to end it off. Mm-hmm. But the 3-point contest is just so much more interesting.
Yeah.
And that's niggas just shooting. How's the 3-point contest more interesting than the dunk contest?
Why I think the dunk contest isn't what it was is because niggas don't want to do it. Like we want to see niggas like Ja and LeBron and even Westbrook do it, but them niggas don't want to do it.
If Ja doesn't do it next year, I'm suing him.
You're suing him.
I'm suing him. I'm sending the lawsuit. If Zion is healthy,
go ahead.
My bad. If Zion is healthy next year and he doesn't do it, I'm sending the lawsuit, bro. I'm gonna be in law school. I'm gonna learn how to write them shits.
What was you saying, Q1?
It's tough though because people, y'all know y'all seen that 360 alley-oop that Ja did in the All-Star game. People was like, oh, that should have been the All-Star in the dunk contest. If one of them three did that in the dunk contest, that mess was getting like a 7.
No, yeah, I mean, it depends.
No, like they wasn't dunking for real. They was just up there just doing shit and missing. But if they was actually in a dunk contest, dunking for real and made that shit, like think about what that would have been.
If someone did a 360 off an alley-oop, that is not getting a 10. It's not.
Okay, you're right. He's probably gonna get like a 9 or 8.
It depends on where they jump from.
That was better than what the other niggas was doing. What the other niggas was doing was shitty.
It depends on what they do though. Like imagine someone catches it looking straight at the rim, then in the air does a 360 and dunks it. That's getting a 10.
I understand that. But I'm thinking there's nothing that people can do right now that will really impress us. It's hard to follow up.
I mean,
it's hard.
That's fair, but it's also like because at this point, right, you're all of this getting compared to. You're always going to get compared to that, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're not coming with full force, then like if you're not coming and you're not making great dunks, you're getting smoked. And I think that pressure is just weighing on people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
when you think about it, I think it was it last year or the year before last? I think it was last year when Zach LaVine won the dunk contest by default because he did the little dunking warm-ups, threw it behind his back, caught it and dunked it, and the dude did the same thing. You don't know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm. I don't.
Bro, it was all over YouTube. Zach LaVine in warm-ups, he jumped up, threw the ball between his legs, caught it from behind and dunked that bitch. Someone did the same dunk in the dunk contest, and it was like, oh, they got that from Zach LaVine. You don't remember that?
Last year, Anthony Simons won a dunk contest.
It was either last year when dude did that dunk or the year before last. It was one of them. I can't remember which one.
I remember
year before last. The Derrick Jones Jr. won it because they cheated.
Oh yeah. Derrick Jones was not supposed to win that shit.
They really hold Aaron Gordon that year.
Want to do it, but like I said, I think the problem with dunk contests is that stars don't want to do it, and that's a problem. I think they should probably have some incentive maybe to make the stars want to do it because I honestly don't understand how come in LeBron James' career, how come he's never been in the dunk contest? I've honestly.
Because let's be okay. It's gonna sound fucked up, right? Kobe's dunk contest was trash. It just was, bro. It was terrible. Have you watched it?
I've seen a couple clips from it.
It was bad. It was bad.
Okay, what kind of dunks was he doing then?
Not good ones.
What was he doing?
Do you see how I can't name them? That's how bad they were.
Yeah,
I would name all of Vince Carter.
There ain't no dunk in that dunk contest that I can say.
Who's he going against?
Doesn't matter.
Was he going against Vince?
It's not.
Do you really think he would beat Vince?
Kobe winning dunk contest.
Was he going against Tracy?
No. It was like 97. He did it like his rookie year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, yes, that dunk contest was not that good. It's a fact.
It's a fact.
No, the dunk contest was really dying until until Vince came along.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they should abolish it. There's no reason.
They bring out a little king of the court. Those
that would be nice.
$2 million. Come play king of the court.
But king of the court is. It sounds interesting, but I just think let's think about someone like KD. Ain't nobody if he gets the ball, no one's winning.
In 3 dribbles, you got 3 dribbles.
If he gets the ball, no one's winning.
3 dribbles or 5, bro. I've seen Team USA play king of the court with each other, bro. Like I've seen have you seen the Team USA play king of the court with each other? It's not like KD's just bucking niggas every time he touched the shit.
if you ask him to win a competition in front of people,
imagine we see Jokic and Embiid king of the court, LeBron and KD king of the court. That's better than watching dudes miss a windmill 7-8 times.
I just think they're dunks that can win. Like, okay, like think about, imagine someone doing like not a 360, but a windmill cookie jar dunk. That shit would be fire.
Isn't that Vince Carter's dunk?
When they put it,
he just did a regular one. But I'm talking about the windmill with it.
I think I've seen somebody did that. Somebody did that before.
Might have. I know.
But
I know Blake did it off of alley-oop.
I want to see someone do a 720. I've seen that on YouTube before. That shit was cool as fuck. I was like, yo, how come no niggas in the league doing this shit?
Be honest, hey, this what I do. I do this. If the Stars don't want to do the All-Star game, okay. I'm thinking about, I know y'all seen Stephen A's thing that he said. You know, you get Stars to sponsor these dunkers all around the world, all around the country to come and dunk. That'll be entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
That would be the street dunker and dunking. You have a player sponsor them saying, hey, this is my guy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because them street dunkers, them niggas, those are where, that's why I said social media is kind of a problem. Because you do see some like the craziest dunks that you don't see NBA niggas doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you just look. That's what I'm. That's the other
end of it. On the other end, I think contrary to that point, yeah, that would be more interesting to see, right? But no one's gonna care. No one's gonna care about seeing that. What makes the dunk contest so interesting is because these are players, right? Like when Zach LaVine did it, even though Zach LaVine wasn't the biggest player, I knew who Zach LaVine was before he got there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's the same with Aaron Gordon. I knew who Aaron Gordon was. You know some of these players who are playing, and even in like Giannis did it, so we knew Giannis. I knew Giannis. You know Victor Oladipo. Like we knew some of these people, right? You have to get someone who's. You don't have to get like a star. Like LeBron doesn't necessarily have to do it. You got to get someone who's known, and
Definitely.
that way, and the attraction is still there. But if it's just somebody we don't give a fuck about, right? Like a random dunker. No one's
like
gonna,
the niggas that was in the sure, I had no idea who they were.
Well, with that, I wouldn't even if I were to bring out random people, I would not have that to close out the show. I would not do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you. I to be honest, even next year, I wouldn't have the dunk contest closing out the show unless Stars are doing it. I'd rather watch like you said.
That's what makes it. That's what makes it exciting too. That's why I said that's like the problem is that Stars not doing it because if you could see like a John Zion go at it, like. That shit tough as fuck. And that's why you said the 3-point contest is more exciting nowadays because you get to see some of the best shooters. Like imagine seeing, I think, did Steph and Clay go against each other one year?
They did. Yeah.
Okay, exactly. That's exciting as hell to see two of the best shooters in the league, Steph and Clay, go at each other, like shooting. Like that. You know what I'm saying? That shit tough as fuck. Well, suppose we covered everything. That was like everything. Hey, real quick, this is the last question. In the 2v2, I think, well, this is probably obvious, but Kobe and Shaq or Harden and Embiid?
Kobe and Shaq.
Oh, no.
Come on, bro. We talking about prime Shaq?
Man, it's wasted that time, didn't he?
Sure.
Really did. Yo, let me pause you and ask you this obvious ass question.
Right.
All right. Yo, that was a little disrespectful to James Harden, bro. That was like, for you to put him against Kobe, that's nasty, bro.
I'm crying. Well, I appreciate y'all listening to the Overlooked Underrated podcast. Y'all leave a review down below, man. Y'all tune in for the next episode. Go ahead and hit that button for me, Key1 or Cam, whichever one of y'all pressed it.